recording as well. Cool. Right. So I hope, is my screen visible for everyone? Just let me know. That is the content which I'm sharing currently.
Yes.
Superb. And so in case during the session, you guys have any query, just like raise hands, or you can just unmute yourself and start the querying itself. So we'll try to solve the problem like or query within the session as well. And in case not, we'll just leave the message on chat. That will be also taken care of. Okay. So I believe we already discussed the content for DevOps and cloud computing, which we are going to cover in entire session, which will be around like 30 plus hours, between 30 to 35 hours. We'll complete this, and we will have like daily sessions, which will be 1 hour to 1.5 hours. That depends on the theory or practical going on from the daily basis. We'll work accordingly. Okay. Now, I'm just going through one more time, just quickly on a session, like the content which we are referring from now. So what is cloud computing? That will be totally a basic understanding, what exactly we're going to be cover, and what is running with the AWS perspective, and what we are dealing with the clouds and the benefit of cloud. And mainly we are focusing on AWS, which is the you can say the top market provider currently, which we are referring always. And in market, we have second number, which is Azure. Also, they have captured the market very well. And Google is on like third number, and then Rackspace we have. So, and then private cloud, then public cloud of VMware. There are a lot of like vendors in market. Okay, so we are referring here AWS, and our all the practicals and all the services lab practice we're going to be have on AWS. Okay, so before starting, Amit and Sangamitra, please create AWS account if you don't have any. Okay, existing. And the benefit of that, you guys will get around 750 hours, which is free tier, and that will always gonna to help us, like not within the lab session, I would say, not within the training only. After that, you can use that account for a year, and that will going to help you a lot during the testing and doing your own practicing, like personal growth kind of. Okay.
Okay. And hi.
Go ahead, please. Yeah.
Okay. Actually,
please.
Yeah, go ahead, Sangamitra.
Please, Sangamitra.
Yeah, okay. Actually, I opened my AWS account last June. I don't know whether I'm under the free tier till now. I don't know.
Leave that. Use new email ID, okay? And do the new sign up so that you will get everything a complete package, okay? And the best part is like there is no charging you're going to pay. Just kind of you guys in the US, right? So it will be $1 for just card verification. After that, we'll make sure there will be no extra charges. And I'll also make sure whenever we'll do lab practice, I'll guide you how to save the cost so that there won't be unnecessary charges on your AWS account. Okay, so everything covered in free tier only.
Okay, can I delete the present account now?
Actually, if there is a existing bill, then you don't. First, you have to clear the bill. If you don't have bill, you can delete your account.
Okay, I don't have any bill. I'm just on the free tier.
Better. Then go to account, and there is a delete option. You can delete your account for all the time. And if you have any new email ID, you can use and start with a new account. That's up to you.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Yes, Amit?
Yeah, it's there is the same. Actually, I was using the AWS console for a long time, and then I make some EC2 instances, and then I had volume, so they charged me, I guess. So it's better to I open new account.
Yeah. Leave that and open new accounts with the new email ID. Thank you. Okay.
That.
So right. So guys, we'll discuss about cloud availability and what is the best, what is an AWS, why we use AWS, and high availability. So till like we'll also discuss how to deal with the HA, high availability, fault tolerance, and like suppose there is a condition like I'm just talking about the real-time scenario where we are dealing with the company, and let's say your company is running with the kind of I would say the e-commerce business, okay, and that is like having the every after 5 p.m. or till 5 p.m. they are getting very good peak hours, right, for their business, and they are expecting a lot of users. So we should do some automation within AWS so that it will either detect your CPU, either detect your hard drive uses, either detect your network uses, either detect your DB connections, up to you. And so we always preferring the best practice, which is your CPU, because if you see on your laptop also, if you open multiple processes on your laptop, CPU will be always going to high. So we'll choose the CPU policy and set up their automation. Kind of whenever my CPU will reach 65%, I need 4 more instances similar. So that will always going to help you in that case. So we'll discuss that first with the theory, and then we'll move with the lab practice itself. Okay. So then there is a creation of VPC, which is main and a very like important topic, I would say, because this is the basic boundary and this is the basic security which we have to perform and which we have to learn how to secure your account within AWS. Because if you leave, because it's a cloud, right? So everything open by default. If you're not saving your, not working on a security very hard, you will really lose your data, right? Because there are a lot of hackers which they keep trying to hack the accounts in AWS. It is really doesn't matter you are a student or like you are a company running account, any account can be hacked easily, right? And they won't do anything with your data. They will just spin up your instances, and the bill will be too high. So kind of that thing can be happen with your own account also. So for that, we using always MFA that should be attached with our account, and we can able to secure with more best practices. So we'll discuss on that. And then networks we'll discuss, and EC2, auto scaling, CloudWatch. So there are like available of services. After that, till that, we'll start the like serverless architecture, which will be discussed on Lambda. And there are very good topics as well, how to integrate, how to doing the enough permission to the services, and how resource to resource within AWS they're going to work it out. So we'll discuss in lab itself. And what is the trend of DevOps? Why DevOps? What exactly the explanation of basic? How we can able to start with it? We'll touch on the basic from advanced, and after that you have advantage of Git. So Git or SVN we have. SVN is also another your the desktop based software which is similar to Git, and but you have like the extra benefits or with the Git and high security. So we'll discuss on that. But Git is a always market demand tool which we are using for as a source repository. So where you have your all the artifacts available, all the software, sorry, all the codes available, which you are going to be fetch while doing the real time deployment. So we'll discuss on that, and we'll see what is the benefit of Git on a more deeper side. Okay. And then we'll do Git installation, Git setup on a system, how we going to be have and push, pull repository, commit. This is very a big chapter, right? I would say not just with a few topics which I have written in the content, so that we going to be have it with the features available. Okay. Then use case of Maven. Maven is a tool actually which we are using for build compilation, and from the background I would say. So most of the time, you guys will, when you guys will in market or corporate world, you will see there are a lot of Java applications dealing for the latest and high security. So probably I would say the management or company, they have the legacy of Java which they are using. And Maven is a tool which will help you to compile the code from the raw code which is provided by developer. So we'll use that, and we'll set up the Jenkins for a similar real time. I will try to give you guys where we'll create the pipeline, where we'll create the jobs, and the job will trigger, and then your latest code will be deployed on the front end web servers. So we'll see that. And first, Jenkins will be from scratch. We'll touch that. So that will be always giving you kind of confidence what exactly we are. Okay. Then snapshot, there are a function of your Maven and Jenkins will going to have it step by step. And proxy server, web server, Tomcat installation, Tomcat web server browsing, and how to expose the services will work on that. And Jenkins, again, we have like the scratch from how to work with the Jenkins, and the Groovy scripting is very important part of that. I mean, it's again, we have to just learn with the Groovy scripting how to work on that and how the scripting is going to be work with the process. Okay, Amit saying Selenium as well. Amit, I can try. Okay, I'll go through with the Selenium first, right? How to integrate with the process. Probably we can do
Just like
Selenium can integrate.
overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I will be. I will be. Sure, sure, sure. Thank you so much, right, for giving the information. I will add in. Okay. Then we
Yeah.
have
Thank you.
yep, the Groovy scripting. Groovy scripting is actually part of Jenkins, where you guys going to define your stages multiple, right? Because in real time, how we dealing with the deployment, that is the main function always coming to the picture. Like you have first your POC, then you have a UAT, then you have a staging, then you have a production. So instead of going with the manual process, we can define a complete checklist or complete Groovy script where we can integrate different stages. And once first will be done, based on the result, it will start the second stage. So we'll see that this is very nice topic. I mean, we'll enjoy on while doing the learning in the lab with the process. Okay. So
Okay.
yeah, we have Selenium desktop node with the Linux server. I think, yeah, we have this one. So we'll see that which level it is. I can try to have with a more advanced level also. Okay. Then we'll touch basic on virtual machines because whatever things we are doing on AWS, guys, this is the virtual environment we have from the AWS, which they have provided. So actually, we'll touch the background, how AWS is running in background, what exactly technology they are using, and what is the benefit. We'll go with the physical versus virtual, so we'll touch on that. And then we have very important topic that is a Docker. We'll touch Docker from scratch to advanced level, how to manage with the container and compose YAML, like the integration between Docker and Docker like a hard drive swap and sharing storage between multiple containers. So we'll touch on that and we'll work with the mostly. And the last topic, but not least, is the Ansible. Ansible is very nice tool, like a configuration management tool, which we are using for the process. So we're going to have integration with Ansible and AWS. And there is the best part of Ansible is whatever things we are doing manually or like from the GUI, you can able to manage through Ansible. So we'll work on that. And lastly, we have here that is the Nagios. Nagios will be the monitoring we'll use. Within AWS, guys, we have CloudWatch, which is very nice. You can do customize as much as level you can for the real-time monitoring whenever it is comes to the part. After that, we have this Nagios dashboard, which where we can do your HTTP, CPU, and hard drive beyond the AWS boundary. So Nagios will be can introduce there. Sangamitra saying, while real time example, you please tell about how the issue will get. Yeah, definitely. Sangamitra, I can try to like give the use cases and yeah, we'll discuss on that during the like session anytime. So that will always give us help in a kind of understanding.
Okay, thank you.
Cool, thank you so much. So guys, this is the very basic. Yeah.
Question, how about the ServiceNow? I heard the ServiceNow is really in the picture these days for the incident management. What do you think? I mean, Jira is good as well, but do you have idea about ServiceNow as well?
ServiceNow I haven't used, to be honest, but
okay.
Jira I have used like since long, and especially with whenever people are calling like agile method or the standard process, so they always dealing with the Jira, right? Where we have a lot of automations we can able to do, right? But definitely, if you want to discussion on ServiceNow and Jira, I'll try to collect the information. Then we'll meet on that.
Yeah, because of last project they were using ServiceNow, so that's why
I sure. I'll try to catch on that. Sure. Thank you.
Okay, sure.
Cool. So guys, we have here these are the modules which I have distributed around 8 modules here. It is basically for AWS cloud computing only. Okay, not for the kind of DevOps here, but still the content is not added. But whenever we'll do the integration, whenever we'll do the real-time lab, then your DevOps plus the AWS integration always running together. Because whenever we're going to work with Jenkins, whenever we're going to work with Git, we always require a one instance, like the hosting machine, which we are going to use the AWS and where we'll like create the machines and install the functions. After that, we'll do the real-time labs and the functions with the command. So these there are a lot of like the chapters which will repeat again day by day, and that will be just kind of 5 or 10 minutes exercise of creation of infrastructure. Then we'll move with a new topic every day. So this is kind of
That's
good practice always. Okay.
yeah, it's good.
Right. Cool. So module 1, we have introduction of cloud computing. So guys, very basic understanding, because being a fresher or whenever we're going to deal with the interview, people always asking what exactly this is. So this is something, it is not new in the market, I would say, right? According to me or according to the blog search also, right? If something is available at a remote location for you and you are managing through internet, that is called cloud computing. In earlier days also, we were managing the data center through VMware, and everything was happening because of the internet connectivity, and we are sitting somewhere and we are managing the remote location, like our Gmail system, like your Yahoo email, everything they are managing from the remote, and we are just using the services. Same thing AWS is using, and they have the very bigger and huge giant data centers in background where they have hosted our services. So whenever we doing EC2 communication, whenever we doing EC2 distribution or like creation of any service, that will be comes from the background physical data center only. We are just getting the like console of like APIs, where once we click EC2 creation, there are APIs calling in background, and they just hitting the server hardware in background, and your instance will be created for you, which is pre-created servers actually in background in real time. Okay. Next we have here, that is the Amazon EC2 and Amazon EBS. So guys, with the basic understanding here, Amazon EC2 is just your compute resources. Like whenever we start something to host a website or build a business, anything, we require a laptop, right, to start anything. In laptop, we always dealing, then that will be your hard drive will be there, CPU will be there, RAM will be there, and then OS is the most important part. So we always searching like this and getting the good configuration. Then we going to finalizing the laptop. Same thing with AWS. You can able to go with EC2 and select your requirement according to that. Then select the OS. You will be get your computer ready. Then you can able to just start utilizing as a normal computer. There will be nothing changed from the perspective of utilization of resource. Okay. EBS is your storage, guys. That is elastic block storage. And there is a one thing, if you see in AWS, there are a lot of services which will be started by EC2 always. So EC2 means EE actually represents the elasticity. So elastic means in a real time also, if you use the elasticity stretch as much as can, whenever you will leave, it will become on your the actual size. Same thing with AWS. There are a lot of services available which you can use the elasticity as a function. Whenever you don't want to be pay extra, you can leave with the original state. It will become an original state. And there is a benefit of pay as you go model. Pay as you go model means like being a student, I want to be work with that. So I can able to start my practical today. I can do my labs. After 1 hour, I can able to terminate my resources. So I can only pay for a 1 hour charges. I'm not going to pay extra charges. If you are leaving your instance like within 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you are not going to pay more than that charges. So totally pay as you go model, which is the very best for companies and for like student and learning level also. It is the benefit. Module 3 we have here, that is the Amazon storage service and S3. S3 is your kind of internet storage which we are getting. Like you can share internet drive wherever you want. You have in internet endpoint, you can able to share. Like I have some movie clips, I have some data, I have some presentation which I want to share some my remote location over the internet. So I can just set up with that, and I can able to share the link. And the best part is it is you can compare with Google Drive, you can compare with your Dropbox. There are different vendors provider, but with S3 that is the benefit. You can integrate S3 within AWS with any service. That is the main. And other one, like there are a lot of permissions which you can modify and you can able to use according to your requirement. Security features, which we'll definitely discuss in coming time. One will do the like the practical. And another one is, guys, that is RRS, reduced redundancy storage. It is quite old function. People are not using because S3 is now more advanced. This was something called like let's say I'm sitting in India and I want to download some data from US location, and that is available in S3. Then I can enable the RRS. RRS will ask us to pay extra charges, but that will give you around 300% extra speed from the connectivity of your edge locations. Edge locations means, guys, if I'm sitting in India, Mumbai is the nearest location for me. Then Mumbai data center will give me the that data copy, and that will be more faster for me. Like if you ping google.com and yahoo.com, Google is serving from India and Yahoo serving from US, then you can see the latency, right? That is the benefit of edge location, which we are preferring here with the RRS enable. And there is a Glacier. Glacier is something called, there is archival storage. We can call as a cold storage as well. Cold storage means like in an older function, like old days, I would say, benefit of that. It's a archival. So from S3, you have the data available, and which data is it? One second.
Dev, sir, sometimes I can't hear, sometimes I can hear.
I am really sure. Sorry, why it is happening. One second. Is it better now or what?
It's better now.
Now it is fine. Now it is fine.
Just a moment. Let me check.
But sometimes automatically for 10-15 seconds, there is no voice at all.
Okay. No issues. Thank you so much for informing. 1 second. Let me check if anything happening with the internet or something. So maybe I can try just to switching my internet. Just a moment. Okay. How's it now? Hello? Amit, is it better now?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Okay, super. Okay, right. So sorry, guys. So let me go back. Right. So I was on Glacier. Let me repeat that, and let me know in case again there's a break or something. So just let me know. I will try to fix that quickly. Okay.
Okay.
So we have option that is the cold storage, which will be your archival. Like let's say you have some data in S3, because S3 is a chargeable, like whenever we are uploading the object there. So there are a lot of data which we are thinking to keep it, right? But we always like dealing with the process, like which I don't want to keep. Which I want to keep, but I'm not going to access frequent data, right? That will be your archival data. So you can set a policy in S3, and that will be going through move automatically with the policy lifecycle. That will be move automatically in your what we can say the cold storage. That will be your Glacier. So benefit of Glacier, you can set that, and Glacier is very cheap. Like I'll go through with the costing also. That will be very cheap. So you can move that data, which you're thinking like might be I require after 2-3 years, or might be I don't require the data after 2-3 years. So you can set a policy of 3 years. That's it. After 3 years, that data will be automatically get deleted from there, and you are not going to pay extra charge. And in case you require within 3 years that data back, so you can set a policy and retrieve the data immediately. That is the benefit of the Glacier. Earlier days, Glacier has started. So for retrieving the data from Glacier, at least we should have 6 hours or 5 hours window. But right now they have reduced that downtime. Like, so you can able to just get the data immediate basis, like within 5 or 10 minutes also. It is the vaults available at your console. So you can keep the data. But only the benefit, you can set a policy. That's it. Everything in your hand. So that is the benefit of keeping the media or keeping the another data which you actually want to be keep in future anytime they can get for auditing purpose or something. Okay. Module 4, we have the scaling and distribution in AWS. So guys, scaling and distribution in AWS, that is very nice topic here. And let me give you some background what exactly this is and how this service is working from a real-time perspective. Okay. So just a moment. Is my screen visible, right? I just opened the paint window.
No, I can see this only model page right now.
Okay. Let me check why. Okay, it is not showing the main screen actually. Right. Okay. Just comment on that. I just reinitiated actually the screen. Just allow me 2 minutes. I don't know why I'm just worrying about it. I'll fix out right after the session what exactly this is. Okay, right. So I was on the distribution of traffic and the high availability basic, right? What exactly this is, which we can understand from the background how it is working. So guys, there are two type of scaling in AWS, which we understanding, and this question always comes in interview as well. So what is difference between horizontal scaling and the like vertical scaling? And what is the preference of both in a real time when we're dealing with the customer? Okay, so guys, there are two types of scaling. Vertical will be like this. You have started one instance. We can assume this is an EC2 instance, and today I have started my business with the 4 GB RAM and 2 CPU and around 100 GB hard drive. I'm okay with it. Okay, as of initial stage, I'm okay with it. But after some time, like there is a there is a chance after a month I can see my business is growing, right? Then I can scale up my system because definitely I'm getting too many users, I'm getting too many traffic. Then I have to increase my instance capacity so that it can manage the flow, it can manage the traffic actually, right? So you can increase the vertical scaling, you can increase the capacity of in single instance. Now it is from 4 GB, it is 6 GB now. Now another day I require more, I can able to come back and I can able to increase the capacity of that. Now what is drawback while doing this thing? Because this drawback is mainly, which is something called like you have to take shutdown for a particular time whenever you making the stages. From here require one shutdown, then again one shutdown, which is actually not possible in real time. But being a small company, being a startup, it is good to bear. We can able to good with that because we are not going to spend more money into the hardware actually. And the benefit is also whenever you think like, hey, I'm losing my business, you can come back and you can move anytime on your original state. That is the benefit. You can increase the size, you can decrease the size of capacity anytime. Up to you. Only the hard drive required, only the shutdown required, actually few minutes of downtime actually. But with a single click, you can able to make this change easily on a hardware level. That will be called your vertical scaling. Now, let's talk about the real time, which is actually supporting, and we always following the best practices in corporate world as a customer whenever we're dealing with that. So that will be, guys, your horizontal scaling. Horizontal is something require extra component. It is not like you can see here, I only use the EC2 and behind one. Okay, the vertical. I'm not going to add another service. But in whenever we're dealing with the real time, like where we have the high availability and fault tolerance infrastructure, then I have to design something for a customer. Like you have very first, you have a load balancer, which we can say ALB or ELB in a AWS term. So let's make this ELB. Okay. Then you have a like you will set some sort of image. Like, see this, guys, I have started my business with the 4 GB. Then we can take this 4 GB as a original state. Okay. So means here I have one instance created, this one with the 4 GB, and that is absolutely running fine. Like my latest code, my latest build is there, and my all plugins is there. A developer has been done all the changes, which is absolutely fine. Now, I will put this load balancer, I will put this instance behind the load balancer like this. So what will be happen now? You have your the DNS, right? Which will be your abc.com or something like internet globally. People are hitting on abc.com and I have made the entry. I'll show you what exactly this is mean. But this entry will point to your load balancer. Then load balancer will see I have instance only one. It will start transferring the traffic here. But what will happen? If you get more traffic, then what will happen? It will definitely get a high load right onto that, because you are getting multiple requests on your load balancer, and load balancer only don't have any choice. So it will transfer all the traffic on this. So just to solve this problem, we can use the horizontal scaling. Horizontal will be, it will make a replica of one instance to other. Up to you how you are setting up the policy, right? We'll go through with the lab actual. So like 1, 2, 3. Okay, we have around, we can say we have 4 instances. And guys, this horizontal scaling will always working with the active load balancing. Means it will make sure 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%, all 4 having the 100% load. That's it. It will not going to give like, hey, A will be too high, B will be idle, not like that. It will automatically manage your load balancing and distribution like this only. So you have a multiple load available and multiple load balancing, right? This will be called your horizontal scaling, right? This is always preferable in real-time process whenever we're dealing with it. So your all instance and all the resources are 100% utilized. That is the benefit of that. Okay. Now there are more services going to be involved, guys, because 1, 2, 3. One I have started with manually. How the 3 instance come into the picture? For that, guys, we're going to add the load auto scaling, which is the benefit of your the high availability that we're going to add. So we'll simply make another service that's called auto scaling here. We'll introduce, and your AS is going to use a policy which will set by default. Means this was my original instance, right? So I will say use this golden image or use this image to give more instances like this. So whenever, guys, there is a situation, this instance is about to reaching 65% in a real time, it will see the condition of instance. Let's say it is going to be down or going to be die. It will simple tell, use this image and give me more instances like this. Simple. So it will start giving you the same replica of particular instances. So you will have all 4 instances are absolutely same. That is the benefit of your fault tolerance. Means if user is landing on any one system, user won't feel like another session or a new data missing anything, because they are copy of each replica. So that's the benefit of auto scaling and load distribution between horizontal scaling. So vertical and horizontal. Now, I hope you got understanding, right? What exactly this is. But let me know if anything comes in mind or query. These are 2 things which we discussed here.
Okay, so overall the horizontal is more preferable, right?
Always preferable in real time, which we are referring always. Yeah, but whenever on an individual level, we should be no. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, all good.
Cool, thank you. Okay. Now let me close this and go back to our slide. All right. So next we have here, that will be, guys, your IAM, which is Identity and Access Management. Identity and Access Management, guys, is something relates with the security only, right? That is the main benefit and main core function of security, which we are using. Okay. So that means like in a laptop, whenever you guys doing a login, right, there is a user like administrator, if your personal laptop, If it is a office laptop, then there will be your username, and user have some restriction, which will be a default policy or customized policy created by your like IT admin, where they are restricting you to use like Facebook or social media website, or you can't do the reboot, you can't do the shutdown, kind of that level of permission they can customize based on decided policy for a security perspective. Same thing with AWS, guys. Let's say you have a different team members, like Amit from database guy, and Sangamitra from administration. She's from like operation, and we have one more finance team as well. We have more into the management team. So my finance team is only like bothered about the billing, right? They really don't care about your EC2. They really don't care about your DB stuff. They're not going to bother. They only see the consolidated billing, right? That's it. Billing page always. So you can create a user and assign the permission from IAM and design the policy like this. They can able to see only that page which they are going to bother. That's it. Other services they are not going to. Like administrator, Sangamitra require all access of EC2, so she will be having the access. Amit is only from the database, so you will be only having the RDS and DB services. That's it. So you can restrict the permission according to the roles and responsibility and according to your team members. And you can create a group if you have multiple team members, just part of that group and align the permission one time. After that, just adding the user will be solve the problem for bulking user in real time. And there are good benefits. You can integrate IAM with your LDAP, like an AD integration. So if you have physical data center, all your local users going to be migrate on AWS. That is the kind of integration which we always doing with the AWS. And IAM is nothing like there are more functions available, which we're going to discuss while we do the lab and discussion on that. Okay. Another, we have the module 6, which is again an important part, kind of like we just discussed about auto scaling and load distribution and EC2 CloudWatch. There are multiple services going to club out, right? And multiple services are going to merge, integrate itself. So they will give you the good life cycle and good result, right? That is the main benefit of AWS. And AWS best practices also saying start trying to use the multiple and club the services function, right? If you integrate multiple services, you will really going to get a good result according to the requirement. Okay, that is the main benefit of particular service. Now we can able to understand the requirement and will integrate multiple services during the lab also, so we can able to see the output of that. Instead of using just single EC2, I'm not going to get a good high availability or a particular like which we actually required. Okay, so just start using with the multiple services. We'll touch with the more on architecture, more on designing, more on project, how we going to deal with it. Okay, and in module 8, guys, once we have understanding of particular services or something, I will assign a kind of project, right? So you guys will perform that project in your account. You will share the result with me. Just take the screenshot. So that will give us the guys understanding of your like the level of understanding what we are today and what we can able to do after the understanding of services. That will always give us the good kind of examples, and we can able to discuss with the queries and blockers. And if you are not understanding, if you are failing with something, we'll discuss on that. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Now, just to start with the basic here, which will be your like what is AWS? AWS is your Amazon Web Services. Is a totally based on your API based web services. Like you can able to call either GUI, you can able to call either your API requests from the your laptop, where you can configure your APIs and you can call the services. Right. That is the main benefit of basic understanding of AWS. And zones reason. On this, guys, how AWS is running. Let me give you a basic understanding quickly. So, right. So what are the zones and what are the reasons? There are two things. So reasons is, guys, it's something called like we have a country. Okay, like country is in you can say US. Within the US, I have a data center, because definitely in background we have running with the data centers where I'm creating my virtual machine. Okay, that will be part of that. Now, within the data center, I have a servers available like this. These are the racks, and my servers are running within the country. Now, I want to let's say my management has selected US North California where I want to run my servers. Now, within the servers, guys, we can understand one zone is running in Belcamp, like another location of one is running in like NJ, North Jones, and then you have New York. Within the same country, you have multiple regions, multiple zones available. Means if I'm looking for a high availability and I have selected from console, then what will happen in background? Within the console, your VM1 and your VM2 will be going to spin up in background. Means in case Belcamp data center can get earthquake or can get anything with the firebug or data center crash, anything could be happen, right? Unexpected. So in that case, you have your New Jersey will always available, right? And it will start sending a traffic and managing the traffic. That is the main benefit of your high availability. That is why we're selecting zones. Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3. So zones are nothing, guys. Zones is equal to your physical data center and background, where we're selecting for a high availability. And regions are specifying your country level. Like if I'm in India, then I will select my Mumbai region, right? If I'm in Singapore, then I can able to select the Singapore region, right? So these are the basic difference between zone and the region. And there we don't have to do anything, guys. We just selecting the country. After that, we selecting the zone. Automatically will be happen things in background. Now AMIs. AMIs is, guys, Amazon Machine Image. Amazon Machine Image is something called let's say we just discussed about the golden image, guys, in auto scaling, right? So means you have created some plugins, you have done with the OS upgrade, you have done a lot of software upgrade inside that. Now I want to take a restore point of that. I can create clone of image and I can use that image to deploy more instances like this. That is called AMI. That is a cloning function which we're using. And in AWS, whenever I'm selecting, guys, Windows machine, whenever I'm selecting Linux machine, so AWS also has a like pre-created virtual machines in background where they're giving us the pre-created AMI. That is why we don't have to select, guys, and work on next window for operating system installation, because that is pre-created by AWS. Once your instance will be ready with the ready-made AMIs, after that you can do your plugins installation, like Apache, like Tomcat, like I'm looking for some zip or any software based on requirement, we can able to work on that, right? So AMI is a clone image. EC2 we know now what exactly this is, like Elastic Compute Cloud. That is similar to your laptop. Cost instances, we'll see that what exactly this is. EBS is your Elastic hard drive. Backup restore, guys, we'll see that how to do it and how we can do with the real-time troubleshooting. That will be part of lab. We'll discuss on that. Cool. Guys, these are the just benefits of cloud, which we are going to be discussed. Like elasticity, we understand now. Flexible means you can able to like go up and down anytime, like with the costing, with the instance decrease size, increasing size. Pre-built AMIs benefits we have. Control means 100% you have. Just accept the bare metal, right? You will not be able to touch your server physically. Rest everything in your hand. Like you can do power off, you can shut down, terminate, destroy, anything you can. Secure as much as possible. And security is, guys, both ways actually. And you can say 70% of customers, 30% of AWS, because AWS already set up with the boundaries. If you are losing our like security, if you are losing the loopholes in our security, our network, anyone can able to access or hack the servers. So that is why we should highly secure. So it's a totally part of the customer responsibility how we are doing the security. Reliable 100%, because there are very good SLAs available. If you are going with the high availability, if you are going with the fault tolerance architecture, designing very well, then trust me, you're really not going to face any problem with the reliability of your services. Inexpensive means there are other ways available. If I'm a student, if I'm a big startup company, I have the option available which I can able to choose and start my services going with the process according to that. Okay. All right, guys, I think slides we have more. Cool.